What's up, YouTube? So today's topic, I'm gonna talk about how I utilize today's AI to my advantage when it comes to succeeding in life or improving in my life. Because the word succeeding is a different definition for each person. So let's get to it. So because we're in the year 2026, we have an increase in technology, a lot of AI and stuff like that. Damn near everything's AI pretty much. When you apply for a job, it requires AI. Um, if you're trying to call customer service, who answers the phone? AI. You got to go through AI first, and that's difficult. Most AI takes over most jobs, so like everything's basically AI, and it's very dire and crucial for you to learn how to utilize AI to your advantage, not get trapped in it, but to use it as a tool, as a vehicle for you to improve your life. Now, I'm gonna use my examples. Now, this is mainstream. A lot of people talk about it, but it's true. It's really legit. So the two AIs that I use for me to be organized, to have better with finances, to seek out more opportunities when it comes to making money, but not only making money, but just like anything in life, really. I use ChatGPT, and I think it's called Claude AI or Claudia. I think it's Claude AI. But I used to use ChatGPT a lot until I realized ChatGPT is on some bullshit. Because ChatGPT, I've realized, and I've actually seen this on social media, and then I realized, and then I tested out on ChatGPT, it's actually true. So ChatGPT is actually known to make a lot of mistakes and not give you very accurate answers, and ChatGPT doesn't call itself out. It it kind of plays dumb, or it doesn't say anything until you call it out. So you constantly, when you use ChatGPT, it is good because it does help you, but it's not better compared to Claude AI. Claude AI, I use that now. It's a lot more better. And there's a lot more AI apps as well that are similar to these apps, but I just forgot the names. And to be honest, I don't even use them because each AI app, they are free, but if you want to have certain access with these apps, you need to pay monthly, average like $20 a month. And I use that $20 a month membership for Claude and ChatGPT, but that's the only money I'm going to be spending on for these AI apps. When it comes to other AI apps, yes, I'll look more into it, but I'm trying to save my money. I'm probably gonna not use ChatGPT no more. But each AI apps has different ways you can use it. I feel like ChatGPT, and there is actually a descriptions on social media, people describing how to use each AI app. So I forgot what it was, but basically ChatGPT, at least how I view it, it over explains too fucking much, and I don't like how much it fucking over explains. When when you're trying to ask for direct details, ChatGPT fucking over exaggerates, and they jump all over the fucking place, and they give you so many recommendations. That may sound good, but it's actually not, because they're gonna be jumping from one place to another, not giving you a direct answer. And I always have to do some double research to confirm that ChatGPT is giving me the right answer. And 70% of the time is not accurate, so you got to be careful when using ChatGPT. But it's still AI though, so it does give you information, but sometimes it's not accurate information. You just got to call it out. ChatGPT won't do it. With Claude AI, it's definitely a lot more stable. They don't jump all over the place like ChatGPT. They give you direct answers, and and it Claude is more trustworthy, because whenever I'll double research on the results or answers they give me, Claude is mostly right, probably like 80 to 90% of the time. But Claude does make mistakes, and again, these AI apps, they're not going to call themselves out because they're AI, obviously. So when you're using AI, it's important for you to double check the information to make sure they're accurate. But I fucking love these AI apps so much, because with AI apps, they actually helped me improve when it came to my finances. It helped me to budget my finances. It helped me know what kind of bills I need to pay every month, how much I'm making every month, the deadlines I got to do when it comes to work, how to be more organized, my daily tasks every day, um, my workout plan, even my diet plan. You know, With me, I'm trying to be vegan. I mean, I've been vegan and vegetarian since I was 19 and 20. I'm 28 now, but I've been on and off with vegetarian and vegan. But every now and then, within these year gaps, when I turned 25 up until now, that's when I started eating meat a little bit, only specifically eggs and chicken, sometimes fish, but that's pretty much it when I do eat meat. But that's basically it. But even then, I'm still trying to cut off on that. And I'm trying to find substitutes like vegan options and stuff like that. So I use Claude AI app, and it actually helps me how to. They give me different options on what to buy when I'm going grocery shopping when it comes to vegan meals. You know what I'm saying? So and vegan substitutes, like instead of eating meat chicken, I try the Impossible vegan chicken or the Beyond Meat chicken. So these are vegan alternatives that I like to use, and it tastes like it's pretty good. And yeah, but you can use it for damn near anything. But how I use it is that like I'll tell Claude that, well, first I write down the types of things that I need to get done. So like my tasks, my daily errands, so I'll put that in one section, and then my second section I'll put the things I need to buy when I go grocery shopping. So I'll do that. And then on my third section, I'll put the bills I need to pay and the debt and loans that I need to pay off and the emergency debt I need to pay off ASAP to improve my credit. So I'll put that in one line. Then on another line, I'll put the bills I have to pay every month. So I'll do that. And then on the other section, I'll budget how much money I'm making per month. So that way I won't overspend and underspend. You know what I'm saying? So I do that in a section. So I write all these down, and you don't have to write it down with the pen or pencil. You can if you want. I like writing, so I do that. But if it takes so much time, you could definitely use your smartphone, and every smartphone has a notepad where you could type in your notes and make it sections just like a notebook physically. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm getting at. You have to adjust with AI. Like I said, don't let it control you, because with the social media and AI age, it can definitely have a lot of influence on you, good or bad. You just got to know how to use it. Social media is very addicting. It's very toxic, and it fucks up people's minds. You got that. But if you use social media to brand yourself, to put yourself out there, to build connections when it comes to making money, or even just simply try to find women or dating with these social media apps, that's how you use it to your advantage, instead of just constantly doom scrolling or consuming it. You know what I'm saying? You can doom scroll, you can consume, but you have to limit yourself. You know what I'm saying? Do it on your off time or on your guilty pleasure list. You know what I'm saying? But I also like to write down the types of furniture I need to buy for my apartment, because I forget a lot. If you use AI to help you organize, you won't forget. But here's the trick. So all the shit you wrote down, you don't have to remember everything, but whatever comes to your mind, you write that shit down, and then you type all that shit to Claude AI. But here's the thing, you tell them to organize it for you, and you tell them to make you a PDF file for each section, and they could literally generate a whole fucking PDF for each section that you wrote down, that you want to get done or you want to know about. They'll literally make you a PDF file. Then once they download it, you print that shit, and then now you have the physical paper PDF that Claude made for you based on your rough draft. And now, and then what I'll do is I'll put these PDFs per each section in each separate folders, and then I'll grab a sticky label, and I'll put it in each folder, and I'll write down on a permanent marker what they are for, if that makes sense. So for example, let's say bills, right? I'll write down either on my phone or I burn it on paper, on my notebook, how much stuff that I need to pay every month. So for example, I got my car bill, I got phone and Wi-Fi, gas, electric, rent, subscriptions, money I spend on groceries, money I spend on utilities like cleaning supplies, a haircut, or multiple haircuts per month, my braces per month I gotta pay, this is stuff like that, a gym, a membership, you get what I'm saying? So I write all that shit down, then I'll tell Claude, I'll send Claude my rough draft, then I'll tell them to please organize it for me step by step and make me a PDF, so that way I can have a mini calendar so I know what to do. And Claude will literally organize it for you better than how you did it. Basically, that's why I say it's like a rough draft. You do the rough draft, you have Claude do it, and mind you, AI still makes mistakes. So sometimes they'll do slip ups, or they'll miss a couple wordings, or they'll misspell it sometimes, or they did, or maybe you don't like how they did it. You can always ask Claude to redo it again and tell them the mistakes they made and tell them that they need to correct it, and then they'll keep doing it until you like it. And then once I downloaded that PDF app, I print it through my printer, then I have the physical paper, right? And then I put it in a separate single folder, and then I grab a sticky label, I put it on the folder, and then I write on a permanent marker, I'll put bills/budgeting. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you do it. And now I know how much money I spend a month specifically for bills. And then once I'm done with that, I'll do another section on how much money I'm making. I can't pay bills unless I know how much I'm making. So you do that. So that, and it goes on and on. You can write so much shit, you know? And it doesn't have to be with like errands and daily life tasks. You can use that for finances. So what helped me is that I was short on money and I was down bad. I was down really bad. So I had to tell Claude, send me the best list of loans for veterans, because I am an active duty military veteran. I'm out the military now, but I write down, give me a list of all the best loans near me or online that could have a higher rate of approval specifically for veterans. That's veteran friendly, right? So I'll do that, and then Claude will give me a whole list of loans that I could apply for that are veteran friendly. So I'll do that, and I've actually gotten pretty good results from that. Like, I got 2 loans approved out of like 10 declined because my money was not good right now. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, yes, I'm still surviving. I'm still living comfortably, but it's not where it needs to be. So every loans I would do, I kept getting denied. So I had to keep trying different ones. So I kept typing Claude, are there any more loans near me that I could try out? And I got a success. I got like 2 approved out of like 10, but hey, it's something. It's a win. And now I'm back on track when it comes to my finances. So it's a good momentum builder. So that shit's really legit. But like I said, they make mistakes. So always do your double research. So you can use that. If you don't know about credit, if you don't know how credit works, tell Claude AI, don't just, when you using Claude AI or any AI apps, don't just give it like 1-sentence questions. You gotta like type a whole summary. You gotta like, it's like a journal pretty much. Just type down. You don't have to be a perfectionist or know what to say or not to say. No, just literally type everything what's in your mind. You can either write it down on a piece of paper, type it down, but I prefer just typing this shit down on Claude, whatever's on your mind. And after you're done, tell Claude that it's a rough draft, and tell Claude to organize all this shit and give me a PDF for that. And once they download the PDF, you don't have to print it. You can just observe it and see if you like it and how it makes sense. Because Claude will actually give you better options on what's in your head and stuff like that, and it'll make it more organized to where it makes sense. Because don't forget, yes, AI makes mistakes, but it's still AI. AI is known to do some deep research, so they'll find other subjects related to what you're trying to figure out, and they'll leave that as an options pretty much. All you gotta do is just confirm to see if it's accurate, and that's pretty much it. And then as you do it, you learn more and more, and then you expand your mind, and then you know more how life works pretty much, and you use it to your advantage. You know what I'm saying? So you can use it for so many different things. And for example, so this helps me out a lot. So this is a fucking lifesaver. So because I'm a veteran, I recently gotten out. It's overwhelming to know what kind of benefits the military offers once you get out, because there's so many benefits that military members get, but the thing is, it's hard to know what they are for and when and how to use them. That's the thing, and see if you even qualify. So I use Claude app to send me a list of all the benefits I could get as a veteran, and what's a high chance of me being approved for these benefits based on my background, based on my medical records, based on my medical documentations and stuff like that. you know, and they'll give you a whole list, and then you just, for each list of a link, it could be like 30 fucking lists, 30 fucking different links. And then you test it out. You click one link, then you click the other link, then you click this link, and then you read and then you do your research. And if you don't know who to call or who to ask for help when it comes to customer service, when it comes to speaking representative, you tell Claude to give me the numbers for certain companies or certain programs or certain benefits I'm trying to contact. And then they'll give you the numbers. But here's the thing, make sure you confirm these numbers are accurate, because yes, I gotten the right numbers, and Claude helped me out with knowing who to reach out and knowing who to call. But there are some instances, a few times, that Claude actually gave me the wrong number a couple of times, and when I called, it was a completely different number to what I was trying to call. You know, so make sure you type in on your computer or on your phone what that number is, and it will send you to the company on what that number is. So make sure you double check. So you can do that. And if you don't know what to say when you're talking, if you don't know what questions to ask, because I didn't know what questions to ask when it comes to certain benefits I was trying to apply for. It was overwhelming. I was frustrated. So I told Claude, tell me word by word on what I need to say to the customer representative and stuff like that, because I'm lost. I'm all over the place. And it worked. You know, it worked, you know, but it can get dangerous. I'm not saying like, don't rely AI specifically it's hard to explain. Don't let it control you. You control it. Use it as a tool, but don't count on it like 24/7. No, because it's still AI. It's still man-made. So it's not perfect or anything. You can still make mistakes, but like, you know, like for example, like when it comes to communication, when it comes to improving your grammar, you can't rely on AI like that. You could tell AI to send you links or certain recommendations on how to improve your grammar, but don't use it when you're trying to learn how to talk to people. No, read hardcover books, read random books to improve your grammar and your vocabulary. Don't use AI for that, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But you can use AI to send you resources on how to improve your grammar, if that makes sense. You know, so that's to use as a tool. You know, so basically you can use AI for damn near everything when it comes to these AI chats. You know, so if you don't know if you're choosing between ChatGPT and Claude, I recommend Claude AI. Claude AI is top notch. But yeah, so also, if you want to improve on how to navigate AI, I recommend just buying your own laptop, multiple laptops, and just buy a mouse and a keyboard and a monitor, and then just do random shit with the computer. Obviously, don't type in or don't go into stuff that'll get you in trouble, but like just navigate it. Watch videos on how to utilize a computer. Watch video tutorials step by step on how to use a keyboard, what they mean, the purpose of each keyboard. You know, just learn about computers, ins and outs of it. You can type in damn near everything. I recommend getting a YouTube subscription, because there's so many fucking advertisements everywhere you go. Even on YouTube, they have a lot of advertisements on YouTube. So I personally have YouTube Premium, meaning that so whenever I watch a YouTube video, or if I am on YouTube, I won't have advertisements interrupt me. So I recommend getting that if you have the funds, of course. So use that, and then you research everything that you have questions about on how to be better utilizing AI, computer systems, electronics, etc. Because as time goes on, we are more in a digital era, you know, and if you don't know how to use it, it's going to control you, it's going to consume you. So learn more, be 2 steps ahead and learn about it, and then use it as an advantage, as a tool, not to control you, but as a tool to improve your life, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, that's all I got to say. Have a good one. Peace.